are there things that Trellis is actively doing, like maybe at the house, that's making sure that we're size inclusive? So we do have clients come in larger bodies, that we're
Yeah.
ensuring that everyone feels comfortable at Trellis.
Absolutely. So one benefit that we had in building a treatment center from scratch was being able to choose. I mean, I do think I'm a licensed therapist, but I think I could put some kind of certificate on my resume for being a like pseudo interior designer at this point, because I had to design the whole space. And a big thing
Sure.
that was so important for me and my staff, and I know we had these conversations, Charlie, about how do we make everything in this space inclusive? Where are we moving the furniture so that regardless of body size, you can comfortably move through? How are we making sure that all of our furniture is size inclusive? Not only that, our medical equipment is size inclusive, from the things that we use to take vitals to our patient bed and all of those things. And not only that, also considering when we think about size inclusivity, it doesn't only include, okay, is everything appropriate for individuals in various sized bodies? But the comfort for different size bodies and the comfort for individuals in sick bodies, because those individuals who are extremely emaciated because of their eating disorder, it's not most individuals. 6% of individuals, only 6% of individuals that struggle with eating disorders are malnourished. So that's an important thing to kind of, or are underweight. Sorry, not malnourished. Most of them are malnourished,
Sure, sure, sure.
are underweight. And so when we consider that comfort level of, okay, there's not a lot of fat on their bodies. So for example, sitting in a chair for a very long time, that chair needs to be comfortable. There's no padding physically in the body to protect and to make it comfortable. And we're asking our children, hey, okay, in the morning, you're going to be sitting for a couple hours of schoolwork. Then you're going to be sitting for lunch. Then you're going to be sitting for therapeutic groups. So how do we make sure that all of our seating is comfortable regardless of the size of your body? How do we make sure that that the furniture is stable enough for all bodies? And
Yeah.
then when we're also thinking through the program itself, I think a big tendency, unfortunately, in the eating disorder world is, that statistic I just listed. Most people wouldn't think that. Most people
Right.
perceive individuals with eating disorders as being opposite, that only 6% would not be underweight. And
Sure.
when we think about that, what that means for programming, for example, from a therapeutic perspective, groups are constantly focused on individuals who are terrified of gaining weight, terrified of living in a average or larger size body, terrified of having fat. And that's just not the case. Most individuals with eating disorders are not in that position. And so really making sure that in our programming, those individuals that aren't afraid of food. They love food. And that's part of their disorder. In binge eating disorder, for example, or in bulimia nervosa, they love food. They
Right.
enjoy food. And what does it mean when that interferes with their daily life? Really making sure that we are being cognizant in every group, in every individual therapy session, in every conversation, that we're not pigeonholing eating disorders the way that society has pigeonholed eating disorders.
Sure. No, that's very interesting, and I didn't know those statistics. It's actually very enlightening, and I don't know that I would have expected that either. I think that may be like a societal view that I even had in my mind.